Y'all ready to talk some hoops?
Let's do it.
Let's get it started.
Okay, well, let's not waste any more time then. It was a pink out in the LNC as the Texas Tech Lady Raiders rode into town. But folks, Chef Boy Aubrey was absolutely cooking. Aubrey Jones finished with her first double-double. They had the best player in the nation. They have the best coach in the nation. They have Bria Beal, who is one of the best perimeter defenders in the nation. They have some of the best guard play in the nation with Destiny Henderson. You would be a fool to bet against them. Well, the main offseason story for the Oklahoma City Thunder was drafting Chet Holmgren with the #2 overall pick. But then he was ruled out for the season with an injury. Okay, well, I do have the Superman play here with us today. So I'm going to give this to you.
All right.
Feel free to pause however you please. The video is ready to play up there.
Okay.
So pre-snap. Let's take it back to a lifelong memory of mine. 2008. 6-year-old Tyler was in awe, seeing the 61-41 victory. Who can forget the legendary flip into the end zone for a rushing touchdown? I had that flip made into a poster in my childhood bedroom. So when we're talking about Bedlam, I'm always 100% of the time going to talk about Bradford. I feel like OU Texas is one of the ones, like, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. You know,
if you get it, you get it. You don't.
We're both from Oklahoma. As an
sure.
Oklahoma native, when you hear OU Texas, what kind of emotions does that bring up? No shade, no problem. The Thunder would pick up the win tonight against the Detroit Pistons with a last-second Jalen Williams layup going through this very rim right here, and that win keeps the play-in hopes alive. Each second that went by, it seemed closer and closer to certain that OU would lose this game. But how about a little Sooner magic for you? After trailing for over 39 minutes in this game, a three from who else but Taylor Robertson. Looking ahead to the game on Wednesday, obviously you guys got the win in Manhattan earlier in the season, but kind of in need of a bounce-back win, kind of clear the mind a little bit. What's it going to take on the court to get that win and kind of get past the senior night emotions?
Being who we are, that's one thing.
Oklahoma State alumni Cade Cunningham dropped 27 points in the victory. They're going to need more of that tonight as he makes his homecoming return to Oklahoma. The game tips off at 7 p.m. on Valley Sports Oklahoma. But there's been times where stuff has snowballed. And this past couple weeks, especially that Baylor game, I think is the prime example of fighting back for the entire game. How is that also kind of a culture thing that you feel like has just kind of grown from this team this season?
It's time for
Wait, Addie. We are in the Halloween season. Halloween was yesterday. So before we vote, I got a little bit of treats for the crowd, making sure that I come correct for the crowd. So before we vote, we'll get these out here. We'll get these. Let's see. Nevaeh Tot has been formed by basketball since the day she was born, starting from her early days with her mom playing in the WNBA, and now her off-the-court dreams are being shaped here on the court in a very unique way.
I want to be a movie director. So I like to watch a lot of movies, and I wonder how they used to make it. So during quarantine a lot, I used to always go on YouTube and watch behind the scenes. I used to be really invested in everything they used to do.
After discovering her passion for movies, her position on the court is helping prepare Tot for her dreams.
I realized I'm a point guard, and as a movie director, you kind of in control of everything. So that's the same thing as a point guard. I'm in control of the game. I'm in control of the pace. I have control of my team. So I think that kind of worked out for me to be interested in being a director.
While she has her team now, leading them on the court is getting her ready for her team in the future.
I know a lot of times in the film industry you have a crew, and basketball kind of taught me I basically have a crew. My teammates are my crew, and I have to learn how to work with them, learn how to talk with them. And that's the same thing for the film industry. If you want a movie to be successful, you have to be you have to have a great crew. You have to have that chemistry. And you have to be able to work through things just like in basketball.
Whether it's an action movie or a thriller, one day you're going to be seeing Nevaeh's name when the credits roll. But for this season, the script is still being written, and the Sooners are looking to hoist a trophy above their head when the screen fades to black. If you could describe Norman to me in one word, what would it be?
Community.
Sooner born, Sooner bred, and a Sooner national champion. Norman native Belle Johnson has crimson and cream running through her veins.
So my family has a really strong connection to OU. My parents both graduated from OU. Multiple of my grandparents went to OU. My two sisters graduated from OU. And my brother just recently transferred to OU to finish his degree here. So whole family's been here.
And while Belle is now successful at Oklahoma, she doesn't forget being the kid in the crowd.
I grew up watching, some of the OU greats like Megan Ferguson. She was a gymnast here when I was probably in elementary school. And I'd go to every meet and I'd be like the little kid on the edge waiting for her to like come give us high fives, you know? And so, you know, obviously getting to be on the team, I didn't know that was even possible for me.
And now that she's on the other side of the coin, it's not lost on her that she is now that source of inspiration.
Now I kind of have a surreal moment after every meet when I see little girls from my club gym, you know, wanting my autograph or high fives or whatever, and thinking like that was me. Like I was that girl in that exact spot at the Lloyd Noble Center. So I always just try and tell those girls like it's possible for them, even if it doesn't feel like it.
Now with the season looming, Belle has a message for her own community.
My message for Norman, gymnastics is the coolest sport ever. So you should come watch because it's pretty awesome.